Hello guys, this is Shrirath from the Linux Gurus. Today's video tutorial is about how we can create a passwordless SSH session using public and private SSH keys. So before we do that, let me tell you why would you require such access. You might be required because of any of the following reasons. First, it is much faster to connect. You don't need to enter any password and you will be connected using your SSH key only, so it is much faster. Secondly, it's especially useful when you are using a SSH connection in a script, or let's say if you want to run a command on a remote system. If you have to enter password every time you execute the script, I mean you can't do that 24/7. Let's say if you want to run a backup on a remote system at night at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. so you can't do that. So in order to avoid such scenarios, we can also use passwordless SSH sessions. Then automation tools like Ansible also require connections that should be passwordless in order to make them work. Though there are other ways like we can use keys and certificates and password also, but it's much more easier to set up Ansible using passwordless SSH. And then there is this that passwordless SSH sessions are much more secure because you only can connect them using a particular server, or only if you have a key. So it's much more restricted. And then security attacks like brute force attack or dictionary attack won't work because you don't have any password for hackers to attack, right? So it's much more much more secure that way. Now, in theory, how would you set up passwordless SSH access? So, in theory, let's consider two servers, server A and server B. So, what we will do, we will be creating public and private key or SSH key in short on server A, and then we will take the public key from server A and copy it to server B. So, when we do it, after that, if we initiate a connection from server A to server B, we would be able to connect without any password. I mean, you don't have to enter password. So similarly, how you copied public key from server A to server B, you can copy to, let's say, 100 or 200 or any number of servers, and all those servers will be accessible from server A without the need for password. So this is just a theory. Oh yes, and one more thing that you should consider is that you must never share your private key, and you only need to share public key with other servers. Now let's start with the practical aspect of this theory, but before we do that, let me inform you I have also created a video where I show you how you can install SSH on Ubuntu. So you should be seeing a link somewhere above your screen. As you can see, I have two Ubuntu 21.4 machines running for this demo or for this video tutorial. Both machines I have freshly installed, and I have installed SSH on both of them. Now we will connect to first machine, that is server, actually it's server B we are going to connect. So we have firstly connected to server B. Now let's go back to server A. We are using our password. Okay. Now after connecting to server A, we will run the command sh-keygen -t rsa to create our SSH key pair, public private key pair. First you need to provide your file name, so I will navigate at default. Then it will ask for passphrase. Again I am pressing enter, again enter, don't need to type anything. Then after that our key has been created. Now to see our public key, complete path is your user profile and then .sh folder and id_rsa.pub. So just get that file. Okay. Now you just need to copy the content of the public file, copy it. But first let me show you that if I try to connect to server B from server A, is still asking me of password. Okay, so this confirm that currently only password access is working. So now copy the content of public key, head over to server B. Now on the server B, actually our as such folder is not created, so you would need to create it using mkdir command. Next we need to create a file name authorized underscore keys in the .ssh folder only, and then copy the content of public key that we copied from server A to authorized underscore keys only. Now we have to modify some permissions. So we will change the permission of the file authorized underscore keys with permission 600, and then we also need to modify the permissions for .ssh folder to 700. We will head back to server A. And now when I try SSH connection from server A to server B, as you can see, it has not asked for a password. So this setup is complete. Our SSH sessions have been created without any password, and we are only using our public and private key for the authentication. Now next thing that you can do is to completely disable password based authentication, so that no user having a username or password can access the server. To do that, you need to go to /etc/sshd_config, and then you need to look for password. This line says password authentication and it's mentioned as yes. You need to uncomment it, remove the hash sign, and then change the password authentication to no. So that way our password authentication will be completely disabled. Now we need to just restart the SS service for changes to be implemented. Now I will disconnect from server A itself, and then I will try to log in from my base machine to server B using the password access, and as you can see I am getting permission denied error because neither I have a SS certificate installed for this base machine, and then I also disabled the password authentication on server B also. So that's it guys, this was our tutorial on how you can enable passwordless SSH access on Ubuntu machine. Same principle applies to other Linux machine as well, so even the file also is same. So that's it guys, I hope you liked our video, and if you liked it, I urge you to share our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, bye bye.